Ever since the beginning of time, we've tried to figure out what the future holds. Some claim that they've been able to do just that. Here are the top 5 scary warnings from the future that we shouldn't ignore. Number 5 on this list is the Southern Television broadcast interruption. Now, this interruption actually happened many years in the past, but we believe that it was from some creature living in the future. Wikipedia says, the Southern Television broadcast interruption was a broadcast signal intrusion that occurred on the 26th of November 1977 in parts of southern England in the United Kingdom. The audio of the Southern Television broadcast was replaced by a voice claiming to represent the Ashtar Galactic Command, delivering a message instructing humanity to abandon its weapons so it could participate in a full awakening and achieve a higher state of evolution. After 6 minutes, the broadcast returned to its scheduled program. Subsequent investigations showed that the Hannington transmitter of the Independent Broadcasting Authority had rebroadcast the signal from a small but nearby unauthorized transmitter instead of the intended source at Row Ridge Transmitting Station. The hoaxer was never identified. Now, the radio station claimed that this was a breakthrough in sound and apologized, but many have theorized that breakthrough came from the future. It's believed that based on the message, this was a transmission from an alien living hundreds or maybe even thousands of years in the future. Now, specifically, this alien said, "This is in order that you may share in the Great Awakening, as the planet passes into the new age of Aquarius. The new age can be a time of great peace and evolution for your race, but only if your rulers are made aware of the evil forces that can overshadow their judgments." Now, for those that don't know, the age of Aquarius is a term used in astrology to define the current or forthcoming age that we're currently living in. So basically, this alien told us that we need to shift gears and do something different to switch the ages. How do we do that though? That all remains unknown. Number 4 on this list is John Titor. John Titor is one of the most well-known alleged time travelers of our generation. On an online message board between the year 2000 and 2001, John filled a lot of people in on his exploits in the future. Wikipedia says, John Titor became popular as he claimed to be a time traveler from 2036 on a military mission. Holding the many worlds interpretation as correct and consequently every time travel paradox as impossible, he stated that many events which occurred up to his time would indeed occur in this timeline. These included a devastating civil war in the US in 2008, followed by a short nuclear World War III in 2015, which will kill 3 billion people. In the years following his last posts and disappearance in 2001, the non-fulfillment of his specific predictions made his popularity decrease. Criticism has pointed out flaws in Titor's stories, and investigations suggested his character may be a hoax and a creation of 2 siblings from Florida. So yeah, in all honesty, not really too worried about John's claims here. Mainly because most of them have already been proven to be false just based on the fact that we're in the year 2022 and they haven't happened yet. Number 3 on this list is the Great Earthquake. Okay guys, so this one was literally supposed to have happened like a few days ago. A TikToker named Kawhi Leonard, no, not the basketball player, is a self-proclaimed time traveler. News 18 says he has predicted quite a bizarre future, which includes 2 million people disappearing mysteriously on August 9th this year. Leonard, in his first prediction, drew up America's biggest earthquake, known as the Great Split, on July 14th, 2022. The time traveler then mentioned the emergence of a new species of creatures called stalkers the same year. So here's the positive. We are past July 14th. Therefore, we should be on the clear on this one would think. However, even though we're past the date of the Great Earthquake, I wouldn't be shocked if my time traveler was off by a few weeks in his calculations or something like that, which could then mean it's still possible for this event to transpire. There's also the whole other event that happens in August that we have to worry about. Hopefully, it's all just a bunch of smoke though, because a giant earthquake, 2 million dead, and these things things called stalkers, they don't sound like a great time. Number 2 on this list is the LA water park. The Daily Mail says, a man claiming to be a time traveler says he has photographic evidence that Los Angeles will be completely underwater by the year 5000. The man, known as Edward, claims he was part of a top secret experiment while working at a laboratory in LA back in 2004 that allowed him to time travel to the future. In an interview on Apex TV, Edward, whose face and voice had been disguised, said he traveled to the year 5000 and met with a man who informed him of the post-apocalyptic floods. It was unbelievable. I was standing on a huge wooden platform. Not only me, houses, buildings, vehicles, of course all made from wood, he said in the interview, which took place in a secret location in his native Armenia. After I realized it was the same city, Los Angeles, but underwater, just it was flooded and the whole city was underwater and people were living on the water. Edward suggested he managed to take a photo of LA underwater with a camera he had time traveled with as part of the experiment. He pulled the photo out from his coat during the interview, which surfaced online. Edward claims the flooding was a direct result of global warming. Pieces of ice in both poles saw that enough had been melted and the world dropped under the water, he said. So obviously there are a few questions that come up when we hear this news. First off, how did you end up in LA in the year 5000? Like, if you can actually travel all the way there, then that's pretty sick, but you're gonna need to show a bit of proof here, my guy. Then we need to start evaluating whether or not this could actually happen or not, and I mean, I do hate to say, but I could totally believe this. Number 1 on this list is the Las Vegas clouds. So apparently in pretty much exactly 100 years, you are not gonna want to be in Las Vegas. David Coleman says a self-proclaimed time traveler from the year 2030 has released a video he claims to be of Las Vegas in 100 years time. A clip that appeared on the YouTube channel Apex TV showed a man known as Noah discussing his experiences from the future. He shows what he claims is footage from 2120 and tells viewers he came back to 2018 after a failed top secret mission. And Noah reckons his video clearly shows the impact global warming will have in the future. He explained the red clouds are global warming. You can see it's everywhere. I can remember it being incredibly hot. I'm pretty sure they're working on it in the future. Well, if there are red clouds of death in the sky, then I would hope that somebody's looking into it. This is obviously pretty scary stuff because 2120 really isn't that far away from right now. Like, I probably won't be around to see that, but it's possible that a few of you watching this video, maybe you have a shot at watching that firsthand. Now, in all honesty, let's be real. Do I trust the word of this guy who says he's a time traveler? Not really. But once again, and similarly to our LA entry, this is very possible. I don't know if we're gonna have red clouds per se, but a total change in the environment and natural disasters could totally happen. But there you have it, folks. That is our list of the top 5 scary warnings from the future that we shouldn't ignore. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this list and some other scary warnings from the future that you guys know about. Also, please hit the like, subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Nicholas Playlog, and I will catch you next time.